First day says to Prince, you disappeared. I'm saying to myself, that ain't nothing new. Why would you? First of all, he's an air sign. You can't trust us. Oh my God, you can't trust us. Okay, lovers, if you have not already done so, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe because it is so important to my success here on the YouTube. And if you do not have a retirement and or investment plan in place through your employer, please check out the Acorn app below. Now, let's talk about Morris Day's On Time, A Princely Life in Funk. I think this is part 8. Y'all finna be mad at me, child. It's Monday, but I'm getting this video ready for Friday, okay? Because, and I got shit to do, okay? This is my wife's last day of work, so I need to hurry up. So this video is not going to be as long, child, but make sure you subscribe so that you can catch the next one on Monday, But anyway, y'all. In the chapter that's called Don't I Get a Chapter, okay? And this is where he analyzes himself, talking about the differences between Morris Day and MD. I told you that motherfucker was crazy. Okay, he's crazy. He is 2 people in his head. His wife told his ass to get some therapy, but he like, I don't want nobody messing with my head. Nigga, the 2 people in your head is messing with your head, but let me hurry up. He's having a conversation with himself, and himself is saying, self, it's your fault why you not at the place that you wanted to be in life. You pissed because you didn't master the things that you wanted to. And to me, I'm like, brother, you just got too comfortable with being in Prince's shadow, with riding Prince's coattails. Although I know he, cut ties with Prince, I think just because he had that association with Prince, like many of the people who were a part of Prince's camp, he just got lazy. Morris. So this is also the part where MD says to Morris, or Morris says to MD, I don't know, I'm confused because it's 2 motherfuckers in his head. But this is when he says to himself, self, you enjoyed that feeling, that high feeling from the boogity sugary. You loved all the joy that boogity sugary gave you. You was intense with that. With them potted donuts, okay? The same way that Prince was about his music and how serious he was and how invested he was into his music and his artists. Prince was that way naturally. His natural high was music and his artists, his creativities. Yours was potted donuts. Ooh! Morris is telling himself off, ain't he? But he's giving himself a real talk. He is really taking accountability in this chapter. Then MD told Morris, this is so crazy. This is so crazy that I'm saying, but MD tells Morris, you ain't shit. Morris, you ain't nothing but an old mammy's boy. Your mother told you what to do, and then when you got married, your wife told you what to do. Admitted, I did let strong women run my life. Whenever things got tough, I found me a strong woman to lay my head on her shoulder. Now, he didn't say that exactly, but basically, I always said to you guys, if you find a strong man, especially a strong black man, it's either his mammy behind him or some wife that's beat down, look like she done seen a damn ghost, just tired because she done chased his ass around the block with a whole bunch of bitches. 9 times out of 10, when you see a strong man, there's always a woman behind him now. I know you may think a man don't need a woman. Men always need women's. They always need us. Then he goes on to talk about how he will always be an addict. And this is true because I'm telling you without jokes, my heart goes out to every person that has had their struggles with addiction or are going through struggles with addiction. You know, the fact remains that even though you may have stopped shooting dope, popping in pills, smoking whatever it is that you were smoking, whatever it is that your addiction was, drinking, whatever it was, or whatever it is, you will always be an addict. You will always crave that feeling every day. Now, it may be in passing, you know, you might just wake up out of bed and be like, oh, where's that boogity sugary? And then you wash your face and then you go on with your day and never do it. That might be your day every day. But the fact of the matter is that drug, that itch, is always going to be inside of you, child. Am I preaching to the church today? You chill? So Morris chimes in to say to MD, you know, the OOC, as the young people call them. Do people still say OOC? But anyway, Morris Day says to MD, look, I left that reckless behavior behind me. MD say, you sure? You sure, buddy? You ain't get it? You sure? You sure? Morris Day says to MD, I don't like you. You make me feel bad sometimes. I don't like you, MD. You remind me of all the fucked up shit I've done across the life. MD said, I don't give a fuck. So Morris Day is in his 30s now, and he is maturing. He is getting past, you know, his ego and realizes that he needs to get back with Prince. I swear, this shit sound what? It just seems like sick relationship to me. So anyway, we at the end of the 80s. Conformity is on the rise. You know, Ronald Reagan is out. Bush number one is in. While Terry Lewis and Jimmy Jam is over there working with Janet Jackson, Morris and Jerome are working together on a song called Corporate World. Corporate World is addressing basically the sign of the times, okay? But more so with a political nature, you know? He also referenced how Donald Trump was the sign of the times back then. He was a playboy. He had money. He didn't give two craps about how nobody thought about what he did. He was grabbing bitches in the pussy. He was just having a more rich playboy time. And look at this. And now the motherfucker is president. Years later, this nigga is president in charge of the whole world. Morris Day and Jerome are working on the Corporate World album. And Prince hears about it. He's like, oh yeah, I want some of that. I need to get that over here now. Morris, now, being the puppy for Prince as he is, you know, I told you he got that Stockholm, you know, he runs his ass over there to Paisley Park. He says Paisley Park is a magnanimous structure. It's square, it got windows, okay? It was an architecture for the gods, okay? He get there, you know, of course, Prince is not waiting at the door for him because Prince is always with the bullshit, right? So, you know, the people led him to one of the studio. He said Prince comes through the door in a light blue skin tight suit. Prince, why the fuck did you come through the studio door with a baby powder blue skin tight suit on? I would feel uncomfortable. They in the studio. Prince acts like he is eager to rebuild the friendship. Morris Day is very happy about it. You know, he left there feeling really good about the situation. Anyway, they catching up. Morris, how's the family? The family is good. What's been good with you, Prince? Oh, you know I had Miles J over here. I even wrote a track from him. I gave it to him, but I had to take it back. Morris said, why did you give it to him and take it back? Because it wasn't good for him, Morris. It wasn't good. Well, shit, you didn't know that? That's rude. He was like, I didn't know it wasn't good for him till he sang it. So you gonna take it back, Prince? That's shady. Ain't that your man? Yeah, that's my man. I fuck with him. Prince goes on to also tell Morris, you know that Michael Jackson reached out to me, right? Nigga. He wanted me to do a song with him and be in his video Bad. That nigga didn't need me. Morris was like, I don't know. Why you still being shady? Wasn't that years ago? This is talking about the song Bad, right? Bad, right? So Prince said, well, the first line in the song is, your butt is mine. He was like, I didn't understand. Why would he say, is he talking to me? Is my butt supposed to be mine? No. He can't have my butt. This is my butt. Prince took that shit off. He was like, fuck him. He didn't need me in that song, and I didn't need to be in it. Moore said, was y'all friends when y'all left? He said, yeah, we good. Morris Day said, that nigga ain't, them motherfuckers ain't good. At this time, Prince had just got finished doing the Batman album. Morris Day reminded us that Prince not only did the soundtrack for Batman, but he was hunching on Kim Basinger. Now, Kim Basinger's face all fucked up now. Is she dead? Anyway, he was hunching on Kim Basinger. Kim Basinger was basically the first lady of Paisley Park. Or as they say, when he left Paisley Park in Minneapolis, he was absolutely certain that they would continue together working on this album. Answer, no. Morris Day says to Prince, you disappeared. I'm saying to myself, that ain't nothing new. Why would you? First of all, he's an air sign. You can't trust us. Oh my God, you can't trust us, child. We be there. You could tell us you having a damn heart attack and we'll be like, okay, we'll be there. Child, we'll be there when your ass get home. Morris Day says to Prince, you disappeared. You stood me up. When I came back for our second session, I ain't get nothing but a whole bunch of your assistant bitches coming to the door talking about he ain't here. Well, where is he? He know we had something going on. I don't know. He ain't here. One assistant came downstairs one time when he knocked on the door and was like, oh, Morris, okay, all right. So Prince told me to tell you not to fret, just stand by because he's doing some things, but he'll get back with you. He didn't know that the things that he was working on was another movie, but we'll get into that later, right? But anyway, Morris Day was in his feelings because he's like, dog, I put my solo career on hold to work with you for this Corporate World album. Now, this is another thing why I say that them Prince people had Stockholms, okay? Morris, they said that he wasn't even thinking about getting a lawyer, okay? Because that was his friend. And he felt like eventually his friend would get back to him. Do you understand, or he probably doesn't understand the amount of money that he lost in regards to trying to wait for his friend that stood his ass up to get back with him so he could do the Corporate World album. Child, that Corporate World album never came into fruition. I'm sure y'all hoes know that though. So like I said, Prince was too busy working on a movie in his mind to go back and work with Morris Day in Corporate World. He was busy, trying to think his own shit because he was working on a movie, Graffiti Bridge. He had this idea in his mind that he was building a bridge back to Morris Day and back to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Okay, that was his concept. Morris Day says that it was a grand and beautiful idea, but the bridge collapsed. Okay, lovers. If you have not already done so, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe because it is so important to my success here on the YouTube. Now, remember this. The same people you meet on the way up will always be the same people that you meet on the way down. Naysayers, my patron loves. Have a good one. Peace.